The Bible tells us that back in the Old Testament, the priests and the Levites would work together. So there was the preaching of the word, and there was the ministry of music that made that audible. The New Testament church continued that all throughout the history of the church, and we have the privilege at Weimar Academy to do the same thing.
Choir tour is a putting into action in what you truly believe. When we put our faith and trust upon God, He'll give us so many blessings in return for that.
I see God work, and I see Him work in those around me. I see Him working with the audience that we sing to, and I see Him work in my own life. When you are at your lowest, when you feel like you can't sing anymore, when your voice is gone, when you're just tired and don't want to do it, that's when you have to rely on God. When we're at our weakest, that's when God is the strongest.
Whenever I think that I could do it in my own strength, the concert doesn't seem to go well for me. I just feel like, I'm alone and nothing's working.
But when people have been sick and not been able to sing and perform to their greatest potential, we are reminded to pray. I believe that people underestimate the power of prayer, how impactful prayer can be.
And when we pray and say, hey Lord, take this concert over because we are here to bless others, He does.
Even throughout the tour, we do pray, sometimes as an entire group, but also in small groups.
And when I put everything in His hands, it magically does something that changes the concert.
And so we immerse things in prayer. And yet, although you're doing the planning, and although you pray, things still happen. And so as they're happening, it's nice to see when the Lord responds immediately.
And when we do pray, I see an instant transformation on people's faces, instant transformation in the way we perform. Even though we feel that we're not at His greatest, that's when God can transform our weakness into our greatest strength.
And I've been in so many concerts where you could literally hear the angels sing with us because there's absolutely no way we could have sounded how we sounded.
Throughout the whole choir tour, I'd asked for God to reveal Himself to others during the concerts, but I wanted the last concert to be special, especially because I'm a senior and this is my last choir tour. I asked that God would open my ears and let me hear the angel voices. After the concert, I can still remember it. It sounded like something I could not describe. And after that, I talked to a few people from the academy and they're like, oh man, we went flat here, we went sharp here, we came in at the wrong places. I stepped back and I was like, wow, that's not what I heard. I didn't hear any of those mistakes because the angels were singing with us and that's what I heard.
Choir tour is a great experience for people who want to make memories together, how you can struggle together.
We have to sleep in all these different places. Maybe it's a classroom, maybe it's a fellowship hall, maybe it's a bathroom.
Hard floors and gyms, we're cold. A lot of people have gotten sick.
Perhaps, not getting enough sleep or being in a different location, a complete new environment.
You're all crammed into like one vehicle, and how there's lack of showers.
Can't forget about that, but I would not trade any of that for anything else because it is such a great experience.
You somehow make the best of it and you make great memories together. And
just waking up early and walking down to the beach to watch the sunrise, or late nights talking with each other, having really deep conversation that are really meaningful. That's when you bond really well with your friends and the peers around you. When you're confined with so many people, it's easy to get tired of people, but it's also incredible because that's when you get closest to each other.
It just really blew my mind that He uses us human beings, sinful human beings, to accomplish a work that He could have done Himself. He could have used the angels, He could have used anybody but us. But He chose to use us because we will be able to relate to others in this world that are hurting, because we hurt in the same way. Jesus came down to this earth. He became one of us so that He could relate with all of our problems. He became sin for us and took our place for what we should have deserved.
During choir tour, instead of just thinking about yourself, you're thinking more about how can I show Christ? How can I serve people through singing?
We can sing together, and it's made up of individuals. Everybody's singing their part, playing their part, and God is able to put things together in such a wonderful symphony that only the Master is able to do.